I can't believe we improvised that.
We got this working. Y'all almost didn't get an episode today because I left my microphone at home. And I'm sad.
It was, like you said, it was an understandable thing. You brought it with you. You took it into work.
It was the heat index was like 110 today.
It's absurd. I mean, we're sweating.
I'm hot.
Like,
not like
if
hot.
You look at like, okay, I'm just gonna turn around. Look at my shorts.
There's no sweat stain.
That's not how it was like 5 minutes ago. Like we were sitting on the couch watching the Dave Chappelle special, which we have to talk about.
Which is amazing, so good.
But yeah, I got up and then she was just like, "Are you sweating?" I was like, "Yeah, how could you tell?" And she just told me to look in the mirror, like looking like, ugh. It was
look
just
at your ass in the mirror, boy.
Pretty much. And it was just like, yeah, I get sweaty really.
It's okay. It's you're a human being.
I am human. Yay!
Yeah, you're a human being. I was working with somebody recently, and she was just telling me about all her business, and I was like,
all of it.
Just like, it's that time of the month. I have diarrhea and all this. I'm like, all right, cool. I grew up with sister. Like, I'm crazy or nothing. And she had to deal with three brothers.
Right.
So, we're human beings.
Yeah.
I still won't shit in front of my girlfriend. Fuck that.
We've been dating for almost 10 years.
That's
so
good.
It's like, that is gone.
We're going on to 6 months next month. So
congratulations.
Yeah, I'm still not shitting in front of her yet. I also just don't like farting or shitting in front of people. It took me a while to be able to be comfortable in like shitting in a bathroom stall, like in a public place.
Full Sail
took me a
ruined
while.
that for me.
Really?
Yeah, because like here's the thing with Full Sail, I got a 4-year degree in less than 2.
Oh,
that's not because I'm super smart or anything. That's because the program is accelerated, and it's either that or you go on extended, where you're there for fucking eternity.
Yeah.
So I did that, and we had 4-hour lectures, sometimes 8 hours, depending on if it was a double.
Jeez.
And then we would have, not necessarily right after, although it happened sometimes, we'd have another 4-hour lab.
Okay.
So it's a full-time job, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
So when we are sitting in a lecture, or in a classroom getting lectured for 4 hours, and we have like a break at the 2-hour point, all bets are off.
Yeah,
you gotta shit.
And that's what I don't know if I was at a con or something, and I was like, Miss, I go poop. And Miss, I did poop.
You had to channel Jar Jar Binks for that.
I did. I've been, what was it? There's a meme. There's not even a meme. It's a Reddit, like, little comment section that I need to show you. That was pretty hilarious, and it ends with Jar Jar Binks. But I'll show it to you in a little bit. It's funny.
Speaking of Reddit, I think my favorite thing, I've just recently become into the Reddit sphere, I guess.
Congratulations. Welcome to the fold.
Thank you. It
Absolutely.
feels good.
It's kind of like home.
It is. Well, I can always find something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But no, I will literally open up my phone. I'll go through Facebook for 5 seconds, and I'm like, you people bore me. Then I go to Instagram, and I'm like, like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and I'm like, you people also bore me. And then I go to Reddit, and I'm like, all right, we're chill. I can stay here for like 5 hours. It's nice.
Yeah, for me, it's like it's easy to get lost. And also, my favorite subreddit that I found recently is the r/bikini bottom memes. Because I'm a diehard SpongeBob fan, and it's really funny because it's all on Amazon Prime right now. At least the first 4 seasons. Basically, when we were growing up, is like they have that on there. I don't think they have the movie though, but I've been going back and rewatching it just because I want to It's been 20 years. It started 20 years ago. So I was watching it for that nostalgic reasons, but there's so much fucking humor. Not just, like, what's funny is still hilarious.
Yeah.
But, like, there's so many more layers to everything.
So what you need to do, me, Luke, and Jackson, I think we did it this year. There's like a SpongeBob drinking game. So God. Every time he laughs, you take a shot or drink, and then every time he does something else, you drink. And it was actually like a lot of fun. But speaking of SpongeBob, this past 2 weekends ago, I went to Dragon Con, and I got to see the voice actors for Squidward and Pearl, and that was really fun. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool to just listen to them talk about just the trajectory of the show and where they were at in their lives at the time it started.
It's been 20 years, and they're still going.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It was really cool to see them. Dragon Con was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of fun.
I wanted to go as something where I had some business I had to take care of for the movie, and it was just like I had to choose between the two, and I got to get the movie.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So next year, though.
Dude, let me know. Like, I want to get tickets now because it's only $80 for all 4 days.
What?
Yeah, literally right after the
MegaCon's not even that cheap.
MegaCon's not that cheap anymore? Because I used to go when I was a kid.
Okay, like the last time I went was in 2015, and it was like, I want to say $60 a day. It was. Don't quote me on that price, but it was not cheap, and it's the last time I went, and I just saw motherfuckers vaping over here, and all of a sudden we're just talking. We're having serious eye contact, and he's just like fuming like a dragon through his fucking nose. Dude, I just watched Lord of the Rings again.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was back home.
Okay.
The Georgia Theater Company was doing a thing where they were showing their classics,
really?
throwback cinema or whatever. I saw Fellowship of the Ring, the extended cut, the only cut in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the first time I saw any of the Lord of the Rings in the theater.
Really? I've seen one of the. I almost called it the Bilbo Baggins movie.
Oh, the Hobbit.
I saw one of the Hobbits in theaters.
That's cool. Yeah. I think I saw all three of those, but it was just like, I didn't discover Lord of the Rings until like after Return of the King was like in between like theaters and like video. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of consumed it all via Blockbuster, and then I ended up seeing Return of the King.
Rip Blockbuster.
Yeah. Sad day. But I saw Return of the King in a Best Western hotel room on pay-per-view when my mom and I went to Disney because it wasn't on video yet. It's not like now where it's all out 3 months later.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just basically begged my mom. She's like, well, you can't get like shit in the park if you do this. And I was just like, I don't care.
I don't care. It's
like,
Disney World. It's
I read those books when I was 10, dude.
Really?
I didn't understand all of it, but I fucking
tried. My dad
tried.
hates movies, and I remember him going to see those.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Did he read the books in high school?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan. I cannot stand I think it's a wonderful feat in film. I think it should get all the praise it gets.
Fair enough.
I'm just like, God, y'all, I'm not going to sit here and watch y'all talk for another 5 hours before we do anything. But it's great for character building. It's great for character relationships. It's wonderful character building, and it is an entire world. It is D&D, and I don't play D&D.
It's objective, like from your perspective. Objectively, there's not a thing wrong with it. It's just not. Your thing.
It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing.
I'll concede that. Yeah, for me, it was like
we're only 7 minutes in, and Jeremiah's trying to start some shit.
He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight me on fucking everything. But no. Like with Fellowship of the Ring, and I totally did not mean to like derail into this.
Oh no, go ahead.
I came into Lord of the Rings kind of sideways in the sense that it was in theaters. I was all up in Star Wars' shit. Like the prequels. Like I think Attack of the Clones had just come out the year before, and like it was the anticipation for Revenge of the Sith. And my whole thing is. Certain kids were into cars growing up. I'm like, fuck that. I want an X-Wing. Yeah. As you know very well from personal experience.
Yes.
But, yeah, so my friend was talking this up, and what sold me on it is he said, yeah, there's this wizard dude. They go through this, like, creepy mine with all these goblins. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, fancy tropey bullshit. And he's like, then they fight a giant fire demon. I'm like, how big is it? He's like, it's King Kong size. I'm like, ooh. Let's watch it. And then, like, 3 hours later, however long the theatrical cut is, I was like, more.
This is dope.
More. I had never seen fantasy done in not a like, oh look, it's a fairy tale with dragons and princesses and boats. It's like, fuck that. I want something with some balls. And this it had balls. Like the opening prologue. It's just like, here's this shit that happened 1,000 years ago. But you know what? Like basically Satan almost took over the fucking planet, and it all came down to one dude picking up a broken fucking sword, slicing the motherfucker's fingers off. And the magic ring, like, fucks everything up. And it's just, I don't know. I really love just how deep all that shit gets. To me, it's like the perfect fantasy.
Have you played Shadow of Mordor?
I actually just got it in the past couple months. It's really good. Nice. I really like it. I actually, and this is something else to talk about. So I was back home last weekend, and Hurricane Dorian was a thing.
Was it a hurricane? Once it got to us, I'm sorry. Rip Bahamas. But I mean, like, once it got to us, like, my sister went out and she bought a floaty so that when the street flooded, she could just, like, float down the street and be like, saw, dude. And it didn't come through. So she was like, or it didn't rain, like, as much as it was going to. And so she posted on Instagram. She was like, well, spent $5 for nothing.
Hey, at least it wasn't, like, motherfuckers, like, clearing out gas stations.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the fence with it because it's one of those things where it was looking like it was going to be a Category 4 when it hit. And the whole thing is the map changed every 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And so, you can't... I don't blame people for evacuating. I would have done the same thing. Because there's only so many times like that area is not going to
My dad never evacuates.
Ever?
Never, ever.
How long? And how long have you...
We lived in Jacksonville for... We've been down in we've been down in Jacksonville and Brunswick since 2000. Maybe 2000. No, 1994. Like, we moved right after I was born, so, like, 1996. So, like, ever since 1996, he's never evacuated for a hurricane.
Right on.
Yeah, I remember watching, maybe it was Matthew, whatever one of the bigger ones was when I was younger, because I know they cycle through the names every couple of years. But Matthew, I remember watching, like, staying in the window and, like, watching trees bend and snap. And I was like, this shit wild.
Yeah, you could. I couldn't stay for that shit.
Like, whenever... What happened, like, 2 years ago or 3 years? No, it was before I moved here. So it was, like, 2017. There was 2016. There was, like, a big hurricane that came through.
Or as my grandpa would say, a hurricane.
Hurricane. Everyone at work is like, it's hurricane. What is it? I don't say
I hear hurricane.
I always say hurricane. Sometimes I say hurricane. But, you know, it's whatever.
You
know what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's all that matters. That's what the language is for. Just like enough
hurricane.
To know. Yeah, hurricane.
Just because it's so fucking sorry.
But I wanted to stay for that, and one of my friends, he took his truck and just drove all around Brunswick, and like he was Snapchatting it, and there's just like everything was flooded. It was wild. Wow. And there was people that were kayaking in the streets, and I was like, man.
Well, yeah, because it flooded like crazy.
It went like crazy.
But my parents' house, because they live on St. Simon's, was the only house like in our kind of like block area that didn't get flooded.
Oh wow.
And I'm very, very shocked by that. Yeah. I'm trying to, while I've rudely been staring at my phone for the past 2 minutes, the reason why is because Hurricane Matthew. There's a very strange picture of Hurricane Matthew where it looks like a fucking demon, and there's also a picture of me that happens to look like a demon, and I put them side by side, and it's kind of hilarious.
Nice.
I will post it with
I was going to say, you should definitely post it.
What was it? God damn it. I've been scrolling for like 5... Where the hell is this?
But speaking of Star Wars, you mentioned Star Wars earlier. Did you see the new trailer that they released at D24? I'm sorry, not trailer, but the
first look thing?
Like, yeah.
I did.
What'd you think of it?
Well, sorry. Well, let me find this. Give me 2 seconds, because I actually feel really good about that. I want to...
Mm-hmm. No, same thing. I was like,
Here you go.
Holy God. That's horrifying.
It's pretty horrifying. The teeth get me.
Yeah, I love the teeth.
But
it's like, what?
I wish I had a better picture, because I have a picture of me doing the troll face that's a lot similar to this.
Wait, when was this?
No,
that's the one. That's the hurricane. Yeah, that's the one that I wanted to stay in. But I evacuated to Valdosta with some friends.
Yeah, my parents went up to my mom's side of the family. My grandpa built this lake house up in Hartwell, Georgia, like back in the 70s when it didn't cost shit to build anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a fun old house.
Nice.
It's a very, very old house. It's very out of date, but I don't give a shit. I wouldn't have it any other way. That's actually Lake House Creative LLC is named for it.
That's what's awesome. What? That's cool. I like how it's all connected.
Because all my movie stuff start like I first saw Raiders of the Lost Ark at that Lake House.
Did you really?
Yep.
I want to watch that again. I love that movie so much.
Say no more. I look for any excuse to watch that movie.
Such a good movie.
I watched it on the way to South Africa.
Did you?
I was just like, I know it's like, I'm not going to Egypt, but I was just like,
but it's close enough.
It's an adventure.
Yeah,
it's an adventure.
It's close enough. You're in Africa, Egypt, same thing. But Star Wars.
Yes.
You mentioned Star Wars. D23, is that what the convention's called? They released some footage. What'd you think?
I'm excited as fuck. Like, I'm so pumped for Rise of Skywalker. It's like, I wasn't sure what to think, because I'm one of the minorities who likes The Last Jedi. Yeah. It's not perfect, but I appreciate the fact that something was willing to basically do a curveball at everything and kind of give it a kick in the nuts, because I think if, they're planning to make Star Wars movies till the end of time, you gotta kick it in the nuts at some point.
Yeah.
But, it was a lot of weird stuff. Like, originally the guy who directed Jurassic World was going to direct it, but then he and Kathleen Kennedy clashed a whole lot, so he dropped out, and then J.J. Abrams came back, which I was happy, because I wanted him to do the second one. And I thought he did an amazing job with The Force Awakens, and I'll take any excuse to see Dan Mendel shoot another fucking Star Wars movie. So, like, when that first teaser dropped back in fucking April, and Rey flips over over Kylo Ren's fighter, I'm like, this motherfucker's doing some Zack Snyder shit.
Is that confirmed? It is his fighter?
Yeah, I can tell just looking at it.
I don't remember. I thought he just flew what everybody else flew.
No. He's like Vader. He has his own like Vader. Okay. Vader had that like one with.
I remember his. Yeah.
But most TIE fighters have like the normal like flat things on the sides.
Okay,
like,
cool.
No, his looks like a fucking. It looks like a TIE Interceptor from Rogue Squadron, but it's like a tank.
Yes.
It's like that and the Tumbler, your favorite thing in the fucking world, had a baby. And it's cool because it's got like the blast shield or whatever, the windows or whatever are fucking red, so it's like evil as shit looking. But yeah, I just heard flipping over that, doing that Zack Snyder shit. I'm like, I love this.
That gave me The Force Unleashed feels.
Yes!
And I've been, one of the things I fucking hate about new Star Wars is that I just want to see more Force Awakens shit. And we kind of got a little bit of it in the first movie with Kylo holding it and then like doing all that stuff.
That blew my fucking
That was
mind.
dope. And then the second movie, their whole fight scene was awesome. But I want more Force Awakens or Force Unleashed like action and like violence.
I'm getting Return of the King vibes from this, and going back to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And it really feels like everything is culminating, and that's what like the teaser, and that's what the Comic-Con or D20 whatever the fuck footage. It's all like I liked how a lot of it was mostly just like it's hype fuel, but it's like it's going back to where everything's come up because this is the last in the Skywalker saga at least. For now. And I feel the energy. I love it. It feels like a proper conclusion. And
I hope so.
Like, dude, like I'm going back to the first teaser, but it's like. When you see the remnants of the fucking Death Star on that fucking planet, and then you hear Palpatine like cackling, oh my god! But yeah, everything I'm seeing, because they've repeated a few shots, and then they showed a couple new ones.
The only real thing I want to talk about was Rey with the Darth sword.
Why did I forget about that?
So
it's so fucking cool.
It's dope as shit. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm a little excited for. Like. I'm a little more excited. I'm not like hyped yet, but I'm a little more excited because my problem with The Force Awakens. Wait, what's the last one?
The Last
Jedi. She should have done that whenever he was like, "Join me," because then she's like, "No," and we wouldn't have gotten that dope ass suicide like starship shot. It's beautiful, A+. That's amazing. That needs to go down in like film history. Like, oh my god!
I love that they took the sound.
The sound is so beautiful. They just no sound, and you like in my theater, you literally heard everybody go,
yeah,
and it was so amazing. But that's where I wanted her to do that because I was like, all right, we get the. Everyone's like, oh, you gonna go with the dark side? I don't know yet. I don't know. And then we finally get that. I'm like, oh, cool, it's something different. So hopefully it is because my roommate was like, maybe it's like a dream or something. I was like, I don't know if it is. I don't know. Let me just see the movie.
Yeah. Well,
like, that's it. Like,
I'm not watching any more footage until the movie comes out. I wasn't gonna watch that, but then a friend told me he's like, it's really just like a nostalgia reel, and they've got a couple shots. I'm like, okay, but. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think my biggest issue with The Last Jedi, outside of Finn's whole arc being so
Jesus Christ,
pointless, and I love that character too. That's what makes me so mad. But
I didn't see Rose. I'm okay with that.
I have nothing against Kelly Marie Tran.
I don't have any problem with her.
Yeah, I'm just not crazy about that character. I think if let's do a whole podcast about The Last Jedi.
Oh god, that's water.
But yeah, I did what I wanted. I agree. I loved everything between Rey and Luke. I loved everything with Luke. Like I loved him being a grumpy old shit.
Yeah,
I love that because it makes me think of like fucking Mickey from Rocky. Okay. He's just the grouchy old motherfucker who doesn't want to train this Italian motherfucker, and he does. But I love Luke's whole arc in that movie. I just feel like there was a couple things that needed to be added. If Rey didn't turn to the dark side, I feel like a couple other things should have happened. I think there should have been some sort of thing from Luke where he basically says, and they say this line in the teasers, it's like 1,000 generations now lying. You basically, okay, well, if you're going to stay good, you have to understand that the entire weight of the goddamn universe is on your shoulders, and you can't be like, this, like, all things rest in you. Again, going back to Lord of the Rings, there's a quote Elrond says during the Council of Elrond when they basically bring the Fellowship together, and Frodo volunteers to take the ring to Mordor. And he basically says, the faith of us all rests on you, little one. And you see, and this is how great Elijah Wood is. You see that wash over him. He's just got this, look on his face. I want Rey to have more of that. Like, I appreciate in The Last Jedi for a lot of it, she did have to work for her meal a little bit more, and she fucked up a lot because in the first movie she kind of just does everything perfectly. I won't go as far as to say she was a Mary Sue, but it's like. I felt like it was leading to something, and JJ had an idea for that, and then Rian Johnson came in and did his thing that was different, but JJ's going to figure out a way to circumnavigate.
I hope so. Shit. Like, I want this... I'm just standing on the sidelines, really, because I used to really enjoy Star Wars, and it's not like I just got out of it more so, and I enjoyed the games more so than the movies, so I don't have much stake in it. They just bored me, which made me sad because I got you. I'm just
for me, I'm very optimistic. One small little like just nerdy detail I want to talk about is it's like with her having the double fucking sided lightsaber. That's cool as shit.
It is dope. I love it.
And I like the whole dark side vibe, like the cloak over her head. I mean, she looks like fucking like a vampire.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
But what I'm thrilled about, because everybody's been saying since the beginning, it's like, she's got that stuff, put a fucking lightsaber blade on the end of it. You motherfuckers are the same people who are talking shit about how impractical Kylo Ren's lightsaber was. Yeah, you want a fucking bow staff that's probably like 3.5, 4 feet long, and then there's these tiny little blades that come out the side. motherfucker could cut that thing in half in an instant. Now, one thing I will say is, if that happened, but then it broke apart and there was 2 double-bladed lightsabers, you're gonna kill yourself fucking using it. But okay, fine, that kind of would have been cool. But no, I like that this is like it's 2 things and it folds out.
Yeah.
It's a Swiss Army knife. Yeah. People are making memes about, but I don't.
Oh really? Care. I didn't see it.
Mark Hamill shared a really funny one where it's basically like she does it and it's literally like all the little pieces of a Swiss Army knife in lightsaber form.
What? That's hilarious.
Really
That's
funny.
Hilarious.
But yeah, I'm like, thank you. Okay, now you can do that. I have no problem with the double-bladed lightsaber, but more practical, please. And they did it. And thank you, JJ.
Yeah. Dang, I don't know where to go. Go ahead.
I actually, speaking of old school Star Wars.
Yes.
Going back home last weekend, I got the audiobook of Heir to the Empire, which is the first of the Thrawn trilogy. That's like basically before the prequels came out, I believe. That was like the novels that in the novel canon were the sequels to, or the sequel trilogy to the original trilogy.
So I was scrolling through the interwebs today, Reddit, and apparently Hayden Christensen has been seen like near set.
Cool.
Yeah,
but he was supposed to have a cameo in The Last Jedi.
Well, he better have a cameo or like a full thing in this one. I'm excited. I love that dude. Like, I love that dude as Anakin Skywalker. Like, I would love to have him back.
I just wish he had the shackles off him a little bit more so he could just go into it. Like, that's one thing I love about how Adam Driver plays Kylo Ren is he's just
wild.
It's raw as fuck, and that's what I wanted out of Anakin. Yeah. One thing I do want to say with that is, I was mistaken. It wasn't The Last Jedi. It was The Force Awakens. Anakin was supposed to show up as like a Force ghost to Kylo Ren. I'll get the art book in a little bit and show you, but it's like there's concept art of this where it's like half of his face is Darth Vader, half of his face is Anakin, and it's kind of like this conflicting story.
That's awesome.
It would have been fucking awesome. I bet they shot it because I know that they shot a sequence where, you know, like when Rey has her like flashback or her dream sequence or whatever, and she's on Bespin when Luke and Vader are fighting.
Wait, she was on Bespin?
In her vision, she was on Bespin. You hear Luke scream, "No!" It's basically the moment when he finds out Darth Vader is his father. Apparently, they shot a whole thing where basically she's like observing the fight going on. There was a guy cast as Darth Vader. There was a guy cast as a young Luke Skywalker, and they're recreating. It was like some fucking Endgame bullshit.
That's crazy.
And they cut it. I think it's just because it was just becoming too convoluted or something. But they cut it. But what I love is they cut a lot out of it, from what I understand, which means that they're clearly going to use some ideas from some form. But yeah, he has that vision, and then Luke is visited by a Sith ghost in The Last Jedi. That didn't happen though. So I think they're just going to pull out all the fucking stops with this.
They should.
The fact that Palpatine's coming back is a big thing for me, because it's the fact that Kathleen Kennedy said she and J.J. Abrams were talking about that from the fucking inception of them doing the new trilogy.
Okay, sweet.
I'm really happy because I was a little like, I thought it was cool that I was like, okay, throwing it in your face that we're just going to kill Snoke, but at the same time, it's like he was so mysterious and then he's just gone. Yeah. I'm not saying you need to be fucking Darth Plagueis, but it's just like...
do something.
Yeah, there's a comic where he and Kylo go to Dagobah, and they go to the Dark Cave. Yeah. But going back real quick to Heir to the Empire, it takes place, I think, like 5-6 years after Return of the Jedi. Okay. They're building the New Republic. It's all this crazy stuff. It's a little convoluted at times, or a little overstuffed at times, but you know. Yeah. There's a whole thing where Luke has to go back to Dagobah, and he goes back to the Sith, or to the Dark Cave. It turns out that they haven't confirmed in the story yet, so spoilers for anybody. But there was actually a Dark Jedi, not a Sith, a Dark Jedi who went to Dagobah, who was in hiding, and they think he was killed either before Yoda got there or Yoda killed him. Oh, whoa. And so his presence is still like that cave is where he died, and so there's just like this dark energy all around. Nice. I fucking love that shit.
That's cool. That's definitely cool.
So, yeah, I didn't mean to vomit.
No, that's totally fine. No, I was saying I love Star
Wars. I'm just excited because it seems like they keep bringing all these new layers and things to it, and it doesn't. The first one played it safe because they're trying to get the taste of the prequels out of people's mouths. I get it. Yeah. The second
I was thinking about the prequels literally yesterday, and I love those movies.
I need to rewatch them.
As shitty as they are, or people give it, like, I enjoyed them. They're fun. Like, they're fun.
They're fun. They're just... The first one's too goddamn long. It's
first one, yeah. Definitely the first one, yeah. Definitely the first one is long. But even that within, like, you have your battles, you have the ending battle. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just...
And Avengers ripped it off.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Infinity War, that's straight out of...
I can definitely see
Phantom
that.
Menace.
I think I've come to the fact that I am just someone that wants to see cool shit.
That's fair.
And I know, but I feel like the majority of people are like, no, give us everything else. I'm like, all right, I don't care about everything else.
I want both.
I just want to see, like, give me a good amount of both. John Wick's perfect example for me. Mm-hmm. Like, there's some story there. It's really cool. Don't think about it too much. Even if you do, it still makes sense.
Yeah.
And then just give me all the action.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
I think for me with Star Wars is I like this where this new trilogy has felt like a homecoming to me. Because it's, emotionally and as growing up with it, it was just, it feels nice that I'm going back to that original territory.
Which is good.
Which the prequels didn't do that, honestly.
I can see that for sure because it was new.
It was new and polished, and I wanted to go back into the rugged, lived in. There's motherfucking stormtroopers, and the Empire had all their cool gadgets and shit, and the Rebellion because it's the fucking Rebellion. There's stakes, and where with the prequels you knew how it was going to end. So with this, it's a homecoming, but what I'm excited for is what comes afterwards. I'm excited. This isn't afterwards, but I'm excited as fuck for The Mandalorian. That looks
I haven't seen... Oh, no, I have seen the trailer. It does look cool. I would love to... I want to watch that. I definitely want to watch that.
I didn't know how much I wanted Werner Herzog in a fucking Star Wars movie or Star Wars anything until I saw him, taunting the Mandalorian in his amazing German voice. And I'm just like... Let it happen. Somebody was talking to me. He's like, "What if he directed one? They wouldn't let Herzog. He's too fucking." I'm saying this with absolute love. He's too fucking crazy for them to let him do a Star Wars movie because they tell him you can't do that.
I would watch that.
Oh, I watch it.
I would totally.
I watch it a fucking heartbeat, especially after watching Aguirre and shit.
Yeah.
I watch that a fucking heartbeat. But the problem is, it's just like Disney and they would tell him you can't do it. They'd be like, well, I'm going to do it, which would be amazing. But I just don't see that happening.
That mouse got that hand on that dick.
But I'm excited for The Mandalorian. I want to know what they're doing with the Cassian Andor series.
Are they still doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm excited for with Star Wars is I think it's smart that after Rise of Skywalker they're giving it a rest for a couple of years.
They definitely should.
But I really like the fact that they're trying new things with let's see how it works on TV. Let's see cartoons and shit. And I'm more excited for that than any of the fucking Marvel shit they announced.
I'm literally not excited for anything Marvel except for Falcon and Captain America
and Black Widow. For me, at least.
Nice. Am I? Yeah. Falcon and Captain America. Or Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about it, but I'm really... No, I'm excited to see that on screen because I love them together.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really care about anything.
Because
we're some misogynistic motherfuckers.
No, I care about Doctor Strange too because he's my favorite of the new characters.
I forgot he's
hands fucking down.
He's cool. I do enjoy him. I definitely enjoy his movie. What else is coming out?
Indiana Jones is magic.
What's coming out Marvel?
They're doing Thor 4 or whatever.
Yeah,
which
Thor
4. I don't give a fuck about, but Taika Waititi, who did Ragnarok, is coming back.
Have you seen the trailer for the movie of Taika Waititi where he plays an
Hitler?
imaginary Hitler?
I haven't seen that.
Hilarious.
Have you seen not the movie? I haven't seen the movie, but the TV show What We Do in the Shadows.
No.
It's like The Office, but with vampires. It's fucking
really
hilarious. I love it. It's so. Because it's just day-to-day lives of vampires trying to just live. They're not trying to take over the fucking world or anything.
Yeah.
They just are living in New York and they just want to live and be vampires, and it's really funny and cringy.
That sounds cool. I would watch that. But no, they announced Miss Marvel. She's a shit character.
I just don't care.
She's terrible.
I don't know who these people are anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be shitty about it.
I am.
I don't know who they are. I don't care.
Fuck Marvel right now. What they're going into, fuck all y'all. Moon Knight sounds cool. I don't really know much about the character. He sounds cool. He's like a Batman, is what I've been told, with Egyptian powers. That's cool.
But I'm excited for Batman. He's kind of like Batman.
I actually finally watched the trailer for The Lighthouse.
Does it look good?
It looks really good.
I want to see
William
it. I haven't
Dafoe
seen
and Robert Pattinson.
I think I want to go in cold.
No, you should go in cold.
Yeah.
I still even the trailer. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it looks fucking cool. It looks really fun. It does.
I can't remember if I mentioned this last week, and if I did, I'll cut it out. But did I tell you about what Robert Pattinson said in an interview about Batman? No. It's the first time he's spoken publicly.
I saw something about him talking about it for the first time, and I need to go watch it or read it, whatever.
He's really, really, really excited, and it makes you really happy. He's jumping for joy. When he first heard apparently that was in the running that Matt Reeves wanted to go with the younger Batman, he was basically having his people knock on his door, please let me try. And at first Matt Reeves, funny enough, was like everybody else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
But then they got him in. He read some stuff. They did a screen test with a bat suit. I hope it's Affleck's bat suit.
Nice.
But they did test with him, and Matt Reeves okay, this is our guy.
What if they did a Injustice 2 Batman bat suit? That would be wild.
I haven't played Injustice.
I haven't played Injustice 2. I've just seen the figures and like some of the gameplay, and like that suit's dope. It's basically I'm gonna kill you armor. And it's awesome. Yeah. It's so sweet. It's slick and shiny. It's nice. It's super cool.
What got me really excited is that basically he said when he was a kid that was his one Halloween costume and he never took it off.
Nice.
So to me, it's like it's kind of like how I don't know if you remember this, but when Andrew Garfield was cast as Spider-Man, like I think it was right before they started shooting. It was Comic-Con. He shows up and he's like, there's like Mark Webb and like the producers and all that shit like up at the panel. He wasn't there though.
Yeah.
But there's this guy in this cheap Halloween costume Spider-Man thing who goes up to the podium and asks a question. He's really awkward. He's like, taking up all this time. And they're like, hold on. Motherfucker pulls off the mask. It's Andrew Garfield.
What?
And he sits there and he has this piece of paper and he gives this like beautiful heartfelt speech about what Spider-Man means to him as a character.
That's awesome.
It wasn't necessarily that, but I got the spirit of that with what Robert Pattinson was saying. Like,
Absolutely.
This motherfucker's gonna crush it.
That's
and
cool.
he's talking about like how he's preparing for it, like the stuff he's watching, what he's seeing the character as, and like he gets it.
That's good.
That's the one thing I love about like Marvel and like all the stuff like making superheroes so mainstream now is people like take it seriously in the sense that it's like I'm gonna read about this, I'm really gonna care.
There's a lot of character moments. There's a lot of character building. This is a human being that has these things happen to them and experience these things. It's really that's good.
It's what the comics essentially did. Yeah. I think in the 80s going on is it's like they took a moment. It's like, okay, campiness aside, we can tell some real stories with these. Yeah,
absolutely.
Jumping from Batman to the movie, I'm arguably almost as excited for as Rise of Skywalker is Joker.
Yes.
The new trailer came out. We have talked about the trailer, but I want to acknowledge two things. One, Todd Phillips won the Golden Lion, which I'm not entirely sure the weight of it, but all I know is it's a big damn award for the Venice Film Festival for Joker.
Gotcha.
And it got an 8-minute standing ovation.
Nice.
I'm stoked.
I'm very excited. It comes out in Christmas?
No, early October. So just about a month away.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's rated R.
I know. I saw it. I was like, yes, that's amazing. Oh, whoa, really? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. That's what's up, fam. We gotta go see that.
Yep.
Like, we really gotta go see that.
Yep.
That's wild.
I want to see that as soon as fucking possible.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
I cannot wait. Without further ado,
I enjoyed the trailer. It's really cool. It's been a couple days since I've seen it, so it's like, and I've done so much over the last couple days, but it's, the first trailer I was like, cool. I like what they're doing.
Artsy.
It's very artsy. I don't like artsy, but seeing the second trailer, I was like, I can get behind this.
It's the kind of artsy I like.
Yes, it's the kind of artsy where it is all character. Like, it is all like, who is this person? What is they experiencing? All these things, and it's really, it looks good.
It
looks really good. It looks really good, and I don't like Joaquin Phoenix, but
really?
None
of his movies.
I hate her. Can't stand her. Like,
I liked her when I first watched it, but I was also in a weird spot when I watched it. So
I think he's a great actor. I think he's a great actor. And it's not that I don't like him and I don't like what he's done. Mm-hmm. I just get this pretentious piece of shit feel from him, and I don't like that.
I can see
But I think he's great at what he does. I'm never going to take anything away from him. Yeah. I'm just not. I'm like, fuck him.
I love Gladiator and I love Walk the Line.
I forgot he was in Gladiator. I did like him in Gladiator, but like,
he's playing a piece of shit. Gladiator.
Yeah.
So it's
maybe that's it. Maybe it's just I saw him in Gladiator.
With,
I was like, oh, it's you forever and always.
That's kind of like what fucking movie is it? It's either Panic Room or there's something I saw where Jared Leto plays an absolute piece of shit, and I had no problem with it because he's playing a piece of shit. And I don't like him, but. When I heard he was, because he was originally in the running for Doctor Strange.
Oh wow!
But he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to sign a multi-picture contract, which is what a lot of those more artsy actors typically do. And I get that. Ryan Gosling they were trying to get him to play the Joker before the Jared Leto. But
really? That's weird.
If he played, I
can see it. I can see it.
It would work a lot fucking better than what Jared Leto.
Yeah, I can definitely see it, but like I don't know. He
definitely be more the gangster.
Yeah. That's weird.
It's weird, but Heath Ledger was weird.
Yeah, but like
it worked. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
I said the same thing about Jared Leto.
I'm a huge Ryan Gosling fan. I've seen almost all of his movies. Okay, I'll get behind it. I guess I'm here for it.
Let's find some fan art.
Yeah, that would be cool. If you find some fan art, that'd be cool. Yeah. I don't know. That's really all. I didn't really have much on Joker. I was just like, have you seen it yet? Like,
I'm excited because, okay. That motherfucker's gonna murder all those people in that.
Oh yeah, I hope so. If it's no other way, if it's no other, I'm just gonna be sad. But like, he better fucking kill everybody.
Well, I think because especially in the second trailer, they make it very clear that like the Robert De Niro character humiliates him. So he has motherfucker is going to murder.
Yeah,
all
he has
of them.
to. Like, oh my god.
I'm just excited because it's like. It's clearly in the vein of Killing Joke, but it's not necessarily married to Killing Joke. It's going to do its own thing, and I think that's great.
Absolutely, I think so.
I think there's a good time to be married to the source material, and then I think there's other times where you just need...
And I think with this character, you don't have to.
Well, he's so ambiguous.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was one of my first problems. Is like, why are we? I don't want to know his entire story. You know what I mean? I don't want to know everything about him.
Right.
But like, this is one incarnation of him.
It's a standalone thing.
Yeah.
Although if he's awesome, I'd love to see Robert.
I was gonna say, I kind of want to see that. Like, that would be cool.
The one thing I'm mad about with both Jared Leto and with Ben Affleck is. They never got to fight in Suicide Squad, or if they did, they didn't show it. Because I want to see that motherfucker punch his teeth in.
Yeah, for sure. Jesus. I can't... Jared, fuck that dude.
I like Requiem for a Dream.
He was in that?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He's like the main fucking character.
I don't even remember most of that movie.
It's a fucked up movie.
Isn't that Christian Bale? And him?
Ew.
What's the movie with Christian Bale where he's like a sword-fighting, crazy, cool person? And he has guns and shit.
Reign of Fire?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Equilibrium?
That's what I'm thinking of. I haven't seen it. I've just seen like clips and stuff from it.
I've heard it's kind of like a Matrix ripoff, so, and I don't really care for the Matrix.
Really? I've only seen the first one. Everyone told me don't watch anything after the first. And then I had some people say watch the first and second, don't watch the third.
And they're doing a fourth one?
They're doing a fourth one, yeah.
And I've talked to a friend of mine who's a fan who's like, he swears by all four of them, or excuse me, all three of them. The animated series, all the fucking shit. He's just like, there's no reason for them to do a fourth.
Right, yeah, and that's why I'm like really surprised. I'm like, this is something you definitely could have left alone.
Yeah,
you definitely could have left.
Well, if it's a crossover with John Wick, I'll check it out.
Oh my god! Oh god! Like John Wick, like goes to sleep, or no, wait, Neo wakes up
and he's John Wick.
He's John Wick. That'd be amazing. So we're just spitballing here, but we had something else we were going to talk about. I'm forgetting it at the moment.
Well, okay. I have one thing I remembered. It's going back to Marvel. So at the end of our last podcast, which was called Spider-Man Has No Home.
Yes, I actually love that. I didn't even know the title of the episode, and then when I saw it when he posted, I was like, hell yeah, brother.
I stole it from a meme, but it's good.
It's great. It's great. It's awesome.
So I just remember this because I just cut it like a few days ago.
Yeah.
You said, hopefully by the time you're listening to this, Spider-Man will be back in the MCU. Unfortunately, Sony has released a statement basically saying that for the time being, the door is closed.
Because they're fucking assholes. That's sad. Yeah. But I'm not too sad about it. Care. Only because, and that's the thing. It's like, my roommate said, he was like, after Infinity War, I'm just not going to follow the Marvel stuff anymore. And that was before they announced anything, because he was like, I've given 10 years of my life. I've given 10 years of my life. It's whatever at this point. So I think, for sure, and this is what I was going to say, Marvel's awesome. Cinematic Universe, awesome. But it's just, at this point, I think everyone's just everything's just up in the air. No one knows what's going on. Even though we know what's coming up out of the pipeline, no one's excited for it.
Yeah.
It's just we came, let us have a breather. That's
the spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
Yeah, we came. It was a great session, but give me a little bit. And it's oh, come here, let me give you some more. And you're like, no, bitch, back off. And you're like, no, give it to me. I'm like, bitch, no.
I can't tell you how many times I've regaled your Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's comparison to people, and great. They have laughed.
It's hilarious. Apparently, I'm a funny person.
Which you should be doing stand-up.
I need to get back into it. I need to sit down before we run. Before we get, because that's definitely
perfect. You know what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't say Marvel's great, pretty much most of the time.
But it's just
I'm more excited for The Boys out of anything comic booky.
I finished.
Yes, it's such a good show. I'm more excited about The Boys than I am anything else comic books after Joker. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
Same. I'm excited for the Batman only because I really like everything I'm hearing about it.
I'm excited for that, but when does that come out?
2021, I think.
Damn.
Wonder Woman comes out in June though, and
I forgot about that.
Excited about that. But I think Black Widow comes out next year, but it's I don't give a fuck.
I don't
like. I care about that, but it's I'm not hyped for it.
Yeah, my only problem with her movie is that it's too late. For me, it's too late. At certain points, I'm like, if they had done this,
why wasn't that their first? Why wasn't that the answer to Wonder Woman?
Why didn't they do that instead of freaking Captain Marvel? Like, I feel like that. Oh Jesus, it would have been a far better movie. Fuck that. Never mind. I'm not even good on that.
I enjoyed it, but it's definitely one of the weaker Marvel movies.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Samuel L. Jackson with a cat, though, is fucking hilarious.
I can't stand that fucking cat. I hate animals, so I was like, why are you making my man's a bitch? I love your dog. I love animals that I know.
Okay,
I don't love them, but like...
You're not going to be a pet person.
Yeah, I think at some point I might have a dog, but if I do have a dog, I'm going to train him like a motherfucker, and then it'd be like me in Fallout 3. I might even name him Dog Meat.
I was going to say like a fucking I Am Legend.
Yeah, like Dog Meat. That's my dog's name if I have a dog, yeah. That's it, because I want Fallout 3 in my life. So that's my favorite Fallout game.
One of our first extended encounters was after Live by Night was JumpleCon.
You were in Vault Dweller. I was in my Vault Dweller costume. I forgot about that. Oh, dude, I can take my dog with me to a con. You can't. I don't think you can. Unless you have the, what's it called?
Emotional support or service dog.
I'll just say it's emotional support. I'll be like, it's emotional support because you bitches. That's it. But, speaking of stand-up.
Yes.
Matt just recently finished watching Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones.
I literally finished it like probably 20 minutes before you arrived today.
It's a phenomenal stand-up.
Lane told me about it.
Did he? Oh my god, we need to watch. I need to talk to him then.
I was over at Lane's earlier. We're, knock on wood, we'll have the audio thing finished tomorrow.
Nice.
We met up this morning at 11. We're meeting tomorrow at 10:30.
Nice.
And we're gonna finish the fucker.
Dope.
But, yeah, he was saying, like, have you seen it yet? I was like, nah, not yet. He's like, gloves are off. And he didn't give a fuck, and I love it.
It's great.
Single bit of it.
It's so great.
He did not give a fuck about pleasing
amazing.
The audience, and I loved it.
And that's what I think we've gotten away from in stand-up. It's really depressing, but, like, and I feel like the reason why, like, I don't want to say a bunch about it, because I feel like I watch, like, stuff all the time, commentaries on everything. Mm-hmm. So, and I feel like it's been reiterated into the ground, but, like, within the last 6, 7, 8, 9 years. That's a long time. Within the last, like, comedians just can't say shit. Like, because you're going to piss people off.
Crucified.
Yeah. For it. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, nobody's shit. Like, nobody's shit. Like, go fuck yourself. And so, like, it's really cool to just listen to hear every single, like, to hear him go over every single little, like, aspect of what society right now is very much up in arms about.
Yeah.
And for him to just be like, here's a pot shot, headshot. Here's a pot shot, headshot. Here's a pot shot, headshot. And it was great. It was really funny. It was hilarious.
It was raw.
My favorite thing that spoke to me was whenever he was talking about saying the F word on Chappelle's show. And, like, the people were like, no, you can't say that. And he was like, well, as a black man, why can't I say the N word? But I can't say the F word. Like, what's up? And the lady was like, well, it's because, like, you know, your affinity toward that because you're black and stuff like that.
Well, you're not gay. That's what she said.
And he was like, well, but I'm definitely not a nigger. And I was like, oh my God. Like, that's so real. Like, it's so real. Like, and I don't know. That was, like, probably one of my favorite jokes. And then whenever he just yells faggot, it was just like, oh my God. And, like, Jackson was watching that with his mom.
Uh-huh.
And she was super uncomfortable. He was like, no, bro. It was hilarious. It was, like, some of the greatest shit ever.
Well, the whole thing like he gets into with, like, the alphabet people.
Yes.
I was just...
That analogy is amazing.
Dying that he's, like, the alphabet, because no other people claim that many fucking letters.
So... a lot of the gay guys that I know are very much like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with, like, everything else, because, like, I'm gay, and that's all that matters. I don't give a fuck about anybody else, and, like,
I thought his analogy
shit was, like, really wild.
I was really impressed, because I had never thought about it this way, and that's just because, you know, I'm straight, I'm on the outside with the whole thing, but it's, like, he made the analogy of, like, it's basically, like, when you say LGBT or whatever the fuck, it's, like, everybody says it, or says it. Everybody says it. Hooked on Phoenix. That's Lane Silva's joke, not mine. But everybody has it as a bankroll term with everything. But in reality, it's like, no, everybody's their own individual thing. But, you know, they're all just in the same car together.
Yeah, yeah.
That, like... Dave Chappelle's a smart motherfucker.
He is. No, he really is. There's a video on YouTube called Dave Chappelle Dodging Laser Beams. And it talks about how he's able to especially with the last special.
Not this one, but the one a couple years ago.
The one last year. He did 2. It's on Netflix.
No, okay, yeah, I saw.
Oh, you saw those? Yeah, but how he's able to attack all of these different. I say attack. I mean, like, he's able to touch on all these different aspects that he doesn't necessarily relate to, but he relates it to himself so that he can comment on it, but also be introspective on commenting on himself. So you see this man that's making statements on these things, but relating it to himself.
And he cracks a joke at his own expense.
Yeah, at his own expense. I think that's
really smart.
Which is wonderful.
And it doesn't feel like it's just done for strategy. It, like, he's genuinely doing it.
Yeah, no, he... Like, dude, there's... Oh, God.
Sorry. The one that killed me was when he said... It was talking about the gun thing was my favorite thing in the entire fucking
that was actually hilarious.
But like,
jeez, I might go back home and watch it. I might go to sleep to that tonight. Oh my God!
But it's when he says he's talking about like the 30 R. Kelly and the fucking 14-year-old, and then he goes like, he's like, but you know there's a lie because there's no such thing as good sex with a 35-year-old. I died, and I love how he like all the audience is dying, and he just like walks to the back of the. Was that at the Fox Theater?
Yes, it was, because I have a friend you can see him in like the first 10 minutes. You see him sitting down up front. Yeah. It was, and like when I first moved up here, he did a secret show over at Smith's Old Bar, and I didn't go that night. I'm so angry
because you usually go.
I don't usually go, but someone had invited me to go out that night, and like because Smith's Old Bar in Midtown Atlanta, every Saturday night at 1 p.m. they have a secret stand-up show,
and it's like anybody,
somebody just shows up. Yeah.
I bet he was testing out material.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Yeah. Well, so if you go on YouTube, you can find him sitting down doing stand-up for 3 hours straight, talking to the crowd, literally just working on shit with the crowd, and it's amazing. I've watched like an hour of it, but it's so, oh my gosh, it's great.
I recently listened to the Joe Rogan podcast where he had Kevin Hart on, which was overwhelmingly inspiring.
Yeah,
it's shit, like, I did not expect it to be like
I've never been like a huge Kevin Hart fan. I've liked him, but after listening to that podcast, I was like, hell yeah, brother, I'm totally behind you.
I love his like mindset. I also like with his stand-up. I think it's the one he did in Madison Square Garden where he talks about his fucking kid being Spider-Man. And oh my. I started on.
Oh my God! I started on his Netflix special, but it didn't keep my attention. I need to go back and watch it again.
Watch the Maz. I can't remember if it was Netflix or not. I saw it on Netflix, but it's like the Madison Square Garden one. He talks about basically his kid thinks he's Spider-Man and he's getting the shit kicked out of him by a bully, and he throws his arm up and starts whipping at him. As a Spider-Man fan, you are going to crack up listening.
Nice, I definitely will.
But what got me was like when him and Joe Rogan were talking about, and he talked about this with Bill Burr, is talking about like shopping material around, or like really shaping it up. I really never understood how comedians really worked out their material because it's like, do you have a 5-minute or 15-minute thing?
God no, I'm starting out on a 3-minute. Jesus Christ. Okay, well,
still,
I'm like a baby at it. Jesus,
you think like we think like an hour. It's just like, well, that's not that much, but it's just like with the comedian, it's like you have to be hitting like constantly,
consistently
for an hour, and that's not like, oh, I'll tell a joke a minute. It's like that's like you don't stop.
Well, when I went to my friend Jedrick Flynn, shout out, when I went to his album recording, I'd heard a lot of his jokes before, but he worked it to where he was telling one whole story, but in between that story he would deviate to another story to tell a joke and then come back to that because the end of that joke would directly tie into whatever he was currently talking about, and he would keep doing that until he finished the main story, and it was fucking hilarious.
See, I like when it's storytelling.
Oh my God. And that is my type of comedy. That's how
your opener is gold.
It's cool.
I won't say any more because I'm not going to throw it out in the public right now. That's your job. But
I need to fuck around with it a little bit. A little bit.
I feel like it's that meme where it's like you see that car driving and there's this, there's the highway, and then there's the exit. Yeah, that's what it's like. You think it's going one way, and then just a like, hard fucking right.
Nope.
It's oh my God.
I really need to like.
You told it to me.
I did.
You did it on the. We mentioned. On the podcast when we went to this fucking Walgreens near my house.
Oh yeah.
You got Captain Kirk. I got Captain Picard. On the way there, this motherfucker lays this shit on me.
It's great.
And I'm so glad I was in park because I just was like crying.
Yeah. No, I really like. Thank you for saying that because I need to like actually jump back on it because I've been messing around with some other projects. So no, I really do because I've been talking about it for months, dude. I've been talking about it for months.
I want to say I'm friends with a stand-up comedian,
dude. It's wild. I need to really buckle down. But
you must do it now. Do it now.
I'm actually literally thinking about it tonight. Oh, Bill Burr has a new Netflix special coming out. I think the 10th. So I'm thinking like tomorrow. I love Bill Burr's stand-up so fucking much. He's hilarious. Oh, that's the other thing.
Losing your shit while making it is part of the process. I will go buy another one. I'll fucking smash it too.
Literally just jumping everywhere. Have you seen in one of one of Dave Chappelle's earlier stand-ups years ago, whenever the first R. Kelly stuff started coming up, he has this whole thing where he's like, wait, what did he say? I'm not going to do it, but you need to look it up. Like, Dave Chappelle and R. Kelly, because he talks about, he's like, well, what constitutes a 15-year-old as a child? Why can't a 15-year-old decide to be peed on? And then he just goes from there, and it's hilarious.
This is Dave Chappelle?
It is Dave Chappelle. So he does it in such a wonderful way.
Only he could do it.
Yeah, it's like he asks it as a question. He's just like, well, if a 15-year-old can go and kill somebody and get go to jail for, like, manslaughter, why can't they get peed on? I mean, it's their choice. Like, if it is their choice, it's hilarious.
Can I jump with one? Like,
yeah, go ahead.
With something with Dave Chappelle, like, as probably one of the whitest people that was kind of my outlet into, like, a black comedian. Mm-hmm. It was Chappelle's show. Oh my god, it's like you said, boom, headshot, boom, headshot. Yeah. My favorite thing though is like it's when he's in whiteface and he's like the news reporter. Oh my god!
Have you seen the wife swap when he does wife swap? That one's hilarious.
Like it's everything was a classic. It was fucking Rick James. It was what was the fucking. He did. Was it Little Richard? He also did.
He did Little Richard. You need to go and watch Dave Chappelle and Donald. I can't remember his name. He's on the show with him. He's on
Eddie Murphy's brother.
No, not Eddie Murphy's brother. He's dead.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy's been dead. Yeah, but he
was funny as fuck.
He was hilarious. But Dave Chappelle and Donald somebody, they were on the Breakfast Club within the last week or so, and it's like 30 minutes.
Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club is
that
this.
Podcast?
It's it is a podcast. It's like a radio show / podcast.
Okay, yeah.
You know Charlamagne the God? Have you ever heard of him? Boy. It's
okay.
I don't care. I will. I don't care about him. But he, that's his podcast with like the other people in the Breakfast Club. But they had like a 30-minute like sit down. It's really good because he talks about how he attacked, like how he wrote the stuff and like how he was going to go through it and everything. It was really good. You should definitely listen to it if you enjoy the show and you kind of want to get the mindset behind it. Definitely listen to that.
The very first thing I ever saw with Dave Chappelle, it was from Chappelle's show, and it was the bit where it's like the remake of Roots.
Dude, I don't even remember that.
Oh my god,
I need to watch that because I love making fun.
They're doing the famous scene from Roots where it's like where LeVar Burton's tied up and he's getting whipped and it's like, your name is Toby or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. And it's Dave Chappelle. He's doing it. Dave Chappelle's actually a really good actor.
Yeah.
Like, he can really like do it. Like he was in A Star Is Born.
Was he really?
He's Bradley Cooper's like buddy who used to drum with him. They have like a whole deleted scene with him that's in the Blu-ray.
What? I've never seen it.
Motherfucker learned how to drum just for this movie.
What? That's cool.
It's a beautiful scene too. Like he's basically telling him to straighten his shit out.
Nice.
It's beautiful. But anyway, going back, so he's getting whipped and everything, and it's like at one point it's like he's acting, but then it's like he gets whipped for fucking real, and he just goes like, "Damn!" And he turns around and he's got this fucking like pad on his back, and he starts kicking the shit out of the actor who's playing the fucking overseer. It's the funniest shit. Like just to turn on Comedy Central, I was probably like 12 when I was gonna say, but to turn on Comedy Central, and that's the first thing I see, I'm like, what did I just get myself into?
What the fuck is this? Like for real. No, like I'm excited for Bill Burr's stand up. He has another one I think he's working on. Dave Chappelle is working on another one. I'm excited about that.
Him. Like,
yeah,
this one took some fucking balls.
Yeah.
And you know what I really like? I love the fact, and I don't say this as any sort of like MAGA fucking Trump supporter. I don't want to get political in this podcast, but this is something I want to say. I really respect the fact that other than just the referencing the MAGA hats in the one story, he doesn't go for Trump once.
And that
was just smart to me.
Because I've been following stand-up for the last 5 or 6 years. There was right around the time he got elected, everyone was just like Trump jokes. I'm like, this is not funny. It's fucking stupid. Everyone says this. You turn on the news, somebody says something like, and it's just like, shut the fuck up. Like we get it. Shut the fuck up.
Trey Parker from South Park, he was on The Nerdist at one point recently. And he was promoting Despicable Me 3 because he's like the villain or whatever that. And they were talking about something, and basically it's like how because Garrison is Trump in the fucking South Park universe, and he's president and everything. But they don't, at least at the time of that season, I haven't watched it in like 2 years.
Yeah.
But like Garrison wasn't really prominently in the thing. Like you think that like South Park of all people, it's like a fucking speed bag for a boxer. They're just gonna go for it. But no. And Trey Parker said like, look, he's in office. we know he does stupid shit. Like, they did the whole episode where they make fun of the Korean bullshit.
Right.
But it's like, he said he's in office, everybody's fucking doing that, we want to do something different. It's like, it's boring. You're like, thank you.
Absolutely.
Like, it's one thing, like, what Dave Chappelle did was very tame with it. It was just like, it's one thing to go with it, like, for the context of a very specific story.
Yeah.
There's some people who go for it, like, Joe Rogan, I think, has the best bit where he's just like, we went from, like, dating, like, and I'm paraphrasing really badly here. He's like, a nice but very stale and boring dude to going to a cheap whore. Yeah. I just started watching Joe Rogan stand up.
He's funny too.
Fucking hilarious.
No, did you? Who was it? Someone's on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he and Dave and Joe just did like a tour together.
Dave Chappelle.
Yes,
and Joe Rogan?
And they're about to do another one.
If they come to Atlanta,
no, we gotta go. I will take my credit card out real quick, real fucking quick. Like, no, I'm so excited. We live in great times.
We did, in great that times. Sense, yeah.
Great times.
But no, but seriously though, I really respect the fact, because I just feel like everywhere it's jabs at Trump, and it's like, I don't like the motherfucker, but I'm sick of hearing his fucking name. Like, I saw something on Reddit where it was just like, I'm ready for Donald Trump not to be president, not just because of policies and stuff. He's like, I'm tired of hearing about this motherfucker all the time.
That's really it.
Me too.
Like, that's really it.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, like, fucking take us to hell in a handbasket. Just shut the fuck up. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
I just thought that I really respected him for, like, not
absolutely
going for the obvious thing.
Well, that's
fucking more.
It's so stupid. Well, I had a friend of mine that always is like, something's wrong in my life. And
I can't be outraged 24/7.
Right, and we live in that day and age where everyone has to be pissed off about something all the time.
Okay, another thing Dave Chappelle says that spoke to me on a fucking cellular level.
Yeah.
And this is like, again, I don't know how much I'm going to keep with this stuff, but when he said, there's a mass shooting every 15 minutes, and it's to the point, I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah. I literally said that to Ashley last week, and it's fucked that we are to that point where it's so normalized.
Because we've been so desensitized. Because that's all we talk about.
I don't know the fucking solution to this, but it's like, we have to acknowledge that this is happening at a frequency that has never been seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of our modern problems. Modern problems require
real talk. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Speaking of Dave Chappelle, real talk. Like, seriously, like, that's the episode. That's the episode title.
Nice.
Real talk.
Real talk. Yeah. Yeah.
We're only at an hour, and I'm
we're only at an hour. You're boiling, dude. You're not boiling, but you're like.
You talking about heat or like?
Oh no, you're getting it. You're getting it.
Well, it's such a breath of fresh air with Dave Chappelle. It's such a breath of fresh air for somebody to go out there for an hour and be fucking honest.
Yeah, and like, funny totally about it.
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
I mean, he was going for the jugular with it.
It was great.
I was like, stop it! For the first 15 minutes, me and Ashley were looking at each other like, holy shit.
The part where he was like, oh well, I'm not an N-word either. Like, I was laying in bed with Leah watching it. It was on my birthday, and
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I jumped out of my bed and laughed, and like it was hilarious because I was like, that speaks to me so much, because like everyone's around, and then you're like, but that's like, that is not who I am. Like, that does not define me as a person. And I think that's one of the other things is like, we need to get out of the habit of allowing things to define who we are.
I saw a thing on Twitter that really spoke to me. And it said basically about people with politics and everything. It's outrage culture, political things. Well, it's fucking Anakin Skywalker. If you're not with me, then you are my enemy.
Yeah.
Then you have done that yourself. Fucking Obi-Wan's my spirit animal, which I want to talk about that shit too.
They are doing a show, aren't they?
Yeah. Hold up. We gotta get to that.
I forgot about that.
But what was it with the thing? Someone said, like, are you really that boring that your political views define, or actually, no, it was political views, but it was also sexuality. It's like, are you really that boring and bland of a person that's your only defining feature? I'm like, headshot, headshot.
Absolutely.
No,
like, you have no sense of anything being worth anything in life. You have no sense of worth of yourself. So what's the first thing you do? Can I make worth of myself?
Glad you said that.
And that's what it is. And it's just like, no, stop it. Get some help.
Like, you have ingrained that into my fucking brain.
Jesus Christ. We were shooting this past weekend, and we're doing a horror film. So the kid's supposed to, like,
feature?
Short film.
Still?
Yeah. Impressive. And so the kid, like, walks into the light, and he takes his mask off. So before we shot, he was, like, saying some memes earlier. So I was like, dude, what you should do is, when you walk, he's supposed to walk up, take the mask off, and go,
wish I had a picture of you doing that.
He's not good at it. I was trying to teach him how to do that too. But I was like, you should take the mask off and then just like spit different memes out. So like take the mask off and then go, stop it. Get some help. Or it's your boy, skinny penis. Or like something like that. Like I was like, kid, just go with it. Like that'd be amazing. And now I'm angry that I didn't like just record him because the lighting was perfect. I'll show you in a little bit. But
I have something I have to show you.
Yeah,
Did you see Corridor Crew turn fucking Home Alone into a horror movie?
No, what?
They made Kevin McAllister's.
I think it is.
Yeah, they turned him into a serial killer.
What?
It's like every time, when he I haven't actually seen Home Alone.
I don't even know if I've seen all of it. I've seen a lot of it, but I don't think I've seen all of it. It's not one of my like have to see Christmas movies.
I need to see it just so I can see it, just to say I've seen it.
You know what I need to do before December? My Christmas gift to you and to myself, I'm going to get 2 copies of Home Alone on Blu-ray. Because you like Home Alone, right?
Well, I haven't seen it all. That's my point. You said Home Alone.
Oh, no, not Home Alone. Jingle All the Way. Sorry. Yes. Yes.
No, for our listening audience, my face just got really, really excited.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way.
I fucking love Schwarzenegger movies.
That is my definitive Christmas movie. That and Die Hard. Those 2 are my like definitive Christmas movies. Like, all day.
I have 2 different ones, but I think you'll respect them.
Yes.
Lethal Weapon and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Both written by the same dude.
I need to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang again. I've never seen any of the Lethal Weapons. I've only seen...
I'm too old for this shit.
I've only seen Lethal Weapon 5, 6, and 7. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I was about to say, so you've seen... which I still... That is canon to me. Also, okay, I don't know if I'm going to keep this in there. That's blackface funny to me.
Yes.
Because they don't realize what they're doing, and it's hilarious.
Yes. And no issues. It is beautiful. It is amazing. It is hilarious.
Because they keep switching around.
Yes. It is so... Oh my god. I want to go and watch those episodes again tonight. Like, Mac in blackface is hilarious. Apparently, Rob McElhenney and... Who plays Dennis? What's his name? Glenn Howard. They apparently this past week they're on set for Sunny, but like they have like just 8 minutes of them shitting on each other and like pulling pranks. And I saw a post about it today, and I was like, I need to go watch that.
When I was in Boston, we watched the episode where they go to New Jersey.
Oh god. Oh god.
I love like everything about that episode's fucking
hilarious.
Yeah, I was just speaking of, I want to do a segment on our podcast now where because in case you haven't figured it out, we didn't get to Black Lagoon this time.
Yeah, we did not. Yeah, oh my god, we didn't even mention that.
Fuck,
bro.
I'm trying to get a camera for my movie, or not trying to. We're working on which camera we're going to use, and it's stressing me the fuck out and making the budget. But that's movie making, folks. Anyway, to substitute it for right now, and this will become a segment in future episodes. Pickups. Mm-hmm. You've been playing with my Amigo Spock.
I have.
And here I got from shout out to Plastic Empire here in Marietta.
Ooh.
I got
nice
Chuck Nolan from Castaway, and I specifically got. There's 2 versions. Mm-hmm. I specifically got this version because he has Wilson.
Nice.
Have I shown you the Wilson I made?
No, I did not know you made it.
I will dig that up at some point.
I need to watch that movie, but I've never seen it. I've seen like everything about it, but I've never seen it.
Okay, dude.
Do you know
that movie? Mm-hmm. Whenever I'm at a crossroads in my life, Castaway.
Nice. Have you seen the new pop figures for Aku and Jack?
Yes, and I hate this New York Comic Con. I'm also mad about this. Missandei, the Natalie Emanuel's character from Game of Thrones, she hasn't gotten shit in terms of fucking merchandise. I thought it was like, well, is she like holding out for her likeness license? Because I respect that if she does, but I want a Missandei on my fucking desk or on my shelf because she's But she's finally getting a pop.
Nice.
But it's a New York Comic Con exclusive.
Really?
I'm going to pay for it. I don't give a fuck because I love that character that fucking much.
I still want the Scott Pilgrim with the guitar pop figure. I'm not willing to spend a lot of money on it because I already have everything else Scott Pilgrim. So I'm like, ugh. I wore my Scott Pilgrim shirt on set this past weekend. The one I got from GameStop where it's him and Ramona. I'm like, and it's 8-bit, so I'm like, it's the sprites they use for the video game.
Did you play the PlayStation game?
Yes, it's so good.
It's really good.
I'm so angry that it's not on PlayStation Store anymore.
It's not?
It's not. I have it on my PlayStation 4 back at home, and I will never delete that shit.
Copy it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Flash drive.
You're right. It's 2019. Modern problems require modern solutions.
Well, that, and it abides by my policy of like, well, if I can't obtain it by paying for it,
what are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Hey, boy, I got that Good Scott Pilgrim PS4 game. I got you, fam.
I was totally doing Stink Meaner.
I know.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Nice. Where are we going from here?
What pick? Oh, did you have?
I don't have any pickups. I got No Man's Sky. Finally got.
How's
that.
the VR?
VR is very cool. It's very fun.
Nice.
I enjoy the game. I've only put 5 hours into it. There's 15 hours in the tutorial.
I forgot. Fuck that shit. No offense.
No. But I need to finish the tutorial to hopefully get to more shit because I haven't done a Starfight yet. And whenever you get to a planet, I'm not one of those people that play survival games really, really well because I'm very much
we haven't played Conan since last time we recorded.
Yeah. Has your PlayStation Plus gone out yet?
I think it auto-renewed.
Oh, shit, bro.
Let's just play.
Yeah.
I would genuinely like to hop back on Conan and just like explore.
I want to see what's gone down. I want to see if our stuff's gotten fucked.
I heard. Well, yeah. I hope that our foundations have held everything, especially considering how much it took to do all that. Yeah. That's beside the point. But
yeah,
like, we need to find another game. I know we talked about Battlefront. I've got Battlefront.
You have Battlefront 1?
Yeah. You have Battlefront 1 or 2?
I have both. I think 2's on sale right now too.
When I have money.
EA is having a sale. I'm gonna look it up.
Do it.
Because it ends on the 17th, if I'm correct. But EA is having a PlayStation sale.
Well, it's cheap as shit. I paid $20 to get it on PC. Because they're just like, nobody bought this game. Please buy our game. It's like 20.
I just typed it in on Google. Star Wars Battlefront 2 earns a Guinness World Record, but it's not a good one. What did they win? Most of the developer in the game has won an award for their controversial comment made about the game back in 2017 Star Wars Battlefront launch, and to say it was a hot mess would be an understatement. As for the comment, it was a pretty standard PR speak. However, it was the moment where the lid of the whole loot box controversy exploded off into one of the biggest. Just tell me what it is. Most downvoted comment on Reddit. Nice.
Ooh.
And that's the one where they're like, we want you to have a sense of pride and accomplishment. And if you want to see me do a whole YouTube video about ASMR, I actually use that whole thing from a little ASMR thing. I think I showed that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, I need to show you my new shower thoughts video. I just edited it. I'm almost done. It's not done. Okay, it's not up yet. I'll show you. I'm still editing it.
Early access.
Early access, my guy.
You better check out A Token Steak on YouTube.
Yes, please check it out. I'll definitely have this up by the end of the month because I want to get like a few things done before I start posting again.
That's fair.
That way I'm like not a bitch.
I want to plug stuff, but we're not quite at the end yet.
We've talked about Dave, we've talked about Spider-Man, we've talked about Marvel,
like
our own stuff. Oh, when did you get that?
That actually a friend gave to me when I was in college, and it had been somewhere at my parents' house. So going back to the hurricane.
Yes.
Well, actually, hold on.
Hurricane. Oh, whoa.
Going back to the hurricane.
Whoa.
I'm a huge Captain America fan.
Yeah.
And if my voice is slightly changed, it's because I'm wearing an authentic World War II helmet that I have painted. And before all you history fucks start screaming at me, because I'm a history person too, I got these from an Army surplus store. They're period accurate. I don't know if they're necessarily used, because usually those guys just took their shit home with them.
Yeah.
But it's from the era. I have like 7 of them. They're in a bag in the other room because I shot a World War II movie in high school, which next year will be the 10-year anniversary.
Nice.
So this is the helmet I wore in the movie.
Nice.
I painted it. This is my first cosplay ever. I was Captain America when he saves the POWs in the first movie.
Nice. That's what's up.
But yeah, that's the one cool thing about like doing the whole hurricane evacuation thing with my parents or helping them with that is like I found a lot of cool shit. Like you see that flag over there?
Yes.
That's the folded flag my mother was handed at my dad's funeral.
Nice. That's what's
up.
So
you never know what you are going to find. And also, I have to give another shout out to our buddy Lane Silva because I have an old Sony Handycam, which I shot my World War II movie on. But I also, shortly before my grandfather died, and he had pretty strong dementia by that point, I sat him down and he told me all his war stories.
Nice.
Now, he wasn't like, he wasn't at like, Midway or like, D-Day or any of that shit.
Yeah.
But it's just, he came in towards the end of the war, but it's still a piece of history.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's your history.
Exactly. And he was stationed on Guam, and he was a mechanic, I believe. And I had this tape with all of his footage on it. I thought I copied it to one of my hard drives from my old computers. Yeah. I couldn't find it, and I was heartbroken. But thankfully, my mom had the tape in her safety deposit box.
Nice.
Thanks to Lane, because FireWire is a fucking cunt and should never have been invented. Thanks to Lane having his Mac and having a FireWire hookup, I was able to preserve an hour of footage cleanly. It's not technically like 720p HD.
It doesn't matter as long as you have it. Because it also keeps that authenticity of when it was shot.
Exactly.
Because like all of my home videos that I have, it's all 480. It's shitty, but it's great because it's like it gives that like
it's context.
It is. It's context at the time. It's context of the feel, and it's just that aesthetic that like you don't have to add that in. Like if you like, so one of the things I want to do with some of my old family videos is like, I don't want to. If I do start a production company, I've been stepping into more production stuff. Like
what's the name?
I don't have one yet. I have an idea. I think.
I'll help you.
The DP was like, you want to do some producing too, right? And she's like, yeah. I was like, I want to do a little bit of everything. She's like, well, producing's one of those things. I was like, yeah. And I've been moving more and more towards it, especially starting out with you.
Well, you are producing. You produced your podcast.
Yeah, we did. So like, and that's so I may be producing some stuff in like the next couple months, and I'm like, should I add more to my plate?
Do it.
But I think I will because right around that time that I should start producing with her, I'll have what's it called? Perspectives will be wrapping up. Then the YouTube thing, I would have gotten to a point where I'm like, this is flowing and I can do that pretty simply. I just need to like get back into it. I've been editing this video for like 2 weeks. It's only 4 minutes. Yeah, and like I just haven't sat down and done it. Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar.
Yes. Can I share my Kendrick?
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, yeah, I was gonna say
I'm fresh onto Kendrick Lamar,
yes.
which is something I know or someone you've wanted to talk about for a while.
Yes.
And Lane actually, it was Saturday.
Oh my God, Lane showed you Kendrick because I took him to the Kendrick Lamar concert whenever it came through.
He mentioned that, and we were just talking about like. He showed me one music video, and it was a different band, and it was just, like, basically he was showing me, like, filmmaker-driven music videos.
Okay.
And he showed me, I'm sorry, I can't remember the songs, because it's literally the first time I've really
Do you know, like, any of the lyrics or anything, or the chorus? You don't have to sing it, just say it. What was happening in the video?
Well, the first one I saw was, like, he showed me, like, 3 of them. The first one, like, it ends with he's on top of a fucking like hilltop, and there's like a street light, and this cop basically finger gun shoots him, and he's like blood spattered, and he falls down to the ground.
Was he standing on the light?
Yes.
That's all right.
That one was really good.
We gonna be all
What's
right.
the blackout one, or black and white one?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Like it's shot in black and white.
What is he doing in it?
It actually might be part of the same video because it's
that one's in black and white.
It's in color for some
parts of it.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't know. It's been
like
a while.
The cops carrying the car,
I don't watch
and
a lot
they're
of
in the
music
car.
videos.
Watch his. Like they're.
I've seen a good few of them. His short film that he did for To Pimp a Butterfly is amazing. So good.
I don't think I saw that. I saw the one with Don Cheadle.
I don't remember.
It's really fucking good because it's like. It's basically like it shows him like in a like more of a formal like kind of interrogation thing where it's basically like he's being asked to answer.
Oh, DNA.
Yeah.
Yes, DNA. Yeah.
Yes.
That's off the new album.
And then it switches to a fucking like Bruce Lee movie at
the
end of it. Like what?
Oh my God. So the whole Kung Fu Kenny was like for that album. He came up with the nickname Kung Fu Kenny. So when we went to the show, he has this whole kung fu like they shot him doing kung fu stuff. And like he comes in a kung fu robe, and like it's really
Bruce
cool.
Lee's
It's really cool. Is it really? What? That's dope. What? Okay, cool. So, what were your thoughts on? So you were just purely watching it for the like filmmaking aspect. What did you think of the music?
I'll be honest. I've never really been much of a rap person.
Okay, no,
but it was just one of those things where. I was like, he was saying some profound shit. Yeah. I'm not just saying like statement wise, but the way it was worded was very elegant. He like I could tell he's incredibly intelligent.
Yes.
And just like the way he thinks, like some of the analogies he makes. I'm trying to remember. There was one that fucking killed me. Well, he said one where he's like, "I'm not doing it for the gram." I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And then, God damn it, what was the other one?
There's another one. There's a line where he's like, "I don't know how you put me on like what did he say? It's like." How did I get so mainstream when all I've been doing is this conscious shit?
Yes.
And it's like, bro, like, for real.
Like, he said, he kind of reminds me, he's almost like to music, and it's funny because I think Dave Chappelle's special ends with a Kendrick Lamar song.
It does. It also opens with like a thing.
I think so, yeah. What I really like about Kendrick Lamar is it's just like, he's a lot like Dave Chappelle in the sense that it's like he kind of does that whole thing where he kind of points out the things that he wants to say or talk about, and he like it's like headshots like you were talking about.
Yeah.
But then he has a sense of humor about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But he seems like I'd love to see him on Joe Rogan. Like,
oh my God, that would be amazing.
Just talking to him, like his perspective on things just just I can't remember which music video this was. It all kind of blurred together to me because I was just like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
But like, it starts out where he's like in deacon robes, and he's in a fucking church, and there's this shaft of light coming down.
What is that song? Oh, little bitch, be humble.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yes.
Be humble.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Like that whole song is just like
it's so dope.
Whoa.
It's so dope. Me and my friends, me and Emery, he's the other guy in the picture. We used to go to Rafters in Brunswick whenever the album came out, and we had a whole dance, and we'd do like I'm gonna do it real quick because we'd go from like a side to side, but it'd be like sit down, and it'd be like this, and then it'd be like be humble, sit down. And then it was so, oh my gosh, I miss dancing with Emery.
This motherfucker can move.
So great. Oh, did you see Blue's the video?
No.
Oh my god, it's I'll show it to you afterwards. It's like a minute. You're a storyteller. Kendrick Lamar's storytelling is so on point.
Yes.
There is what I call Keisha's song. There's a song called Keisha's Song off of his second album. That
how many albums does he
have? He has so mainstream wise, he has 3 albums.
Right.
He has.
Only 3.
Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and then Damn. Mm. He has 5 albums. The first one is Overly Dedicated. The second one is Section 80. Then there's the other 3. But on Section 80, there's a song called Keisha's Song, and it's about this girl who's a prostitute who he knew her and her sister, and he kind of tells her life story. She ends up stuff happens. So then in the second album, his first mainstream album, on the last song, he brings her back up and her sister. Then in the third album, he mentions her again. But it's one long, he takes story and like weaves it within several albums. But even on each individual album, like Good Kid, Mad City is about him growing up in Compton and as his adolescent years. To Pimp a Butterfly is, I have the fame now and everything, things have happened. And this is my kind of Dave Chappelle look on things, but he does it in a wonderful storyline.
Yeah.
And then Damn this is kind of my life. These are also things I want to kind of touch on, but you can listen to that album backwards and frontwards and get 2 different stories. It's phenomenal.
Whoa.
It's phenomenal. The way, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
You know what I love about it is it's like, because I primarily listen to like old shit, like from the 60s and 70s and 80s and shit, but it's just, mainly that's just what I grew up around and what sticks with me. Mm-hmm. The Raoul soundtrack is an attest to that. But what I love about it is he goes about his musical structure and like terms of like his storytelling, what he's trying to accomplish, and all the different colors he's
all of his albums are conceptual.
Yeah,
you cannot
it's very 70s in that style.
One of the problems that I feel people that don't like him have is that they just hear the radio stuff and it's one song out of a larger story. One of the other things people don't like or people that are just getting used to it, is like he does change his voice a lot in the same song.
That threw me off because I thought he sang one way or he rapped one way and then there was no.
The reason why he does that is because for storytelling purposes, he's telling it from different perspectives.
Voice is fucking shit.
Yes. So like you have, what's it? Pour up, drink, sit down, drink. You have his mind where it's like Kendrick, Kendrick, and then he'll come and it's like very like meh, and then he comes in, it's like his regular voice, but it's a conversation within his mind with the abuse of alcohol and the things that have come through his family. You should listen to that. Oh my god. Get me on Kendrick. I need you to like allow me to take your hand and take you on this journey with Kendrick.
You got to do the bit that you
Which
did
one?
At the beginning.
Oh. Take my hand. No. Wait, what did I say? I don't even remember.
You did the Wakanda next.
Oh. I would like you to take my hand, and I shall take you onto a journey of story, a journey of pain, a journey of loss, but of happiness and hope. The man that will show us the way is one known as Kendrick Lamar, Kung Fu Kenny, K-Dot. We shall explore his music and his philosophies in such a wonderful way, you will see so much more in life. Like,
how can you say no to that?
And then, I don't know how you feel about him, but like, if I can get you to like listen and kind of hear, because you're definitely going to have to listen to those last 3 albums, you're going to have to listen to them multiple times.
I figured, yeah.
And I still listen to them, and I hear something like, there's so much shit to unpack. But when you understand where he's coming from and what he's saying and how it relates to something else later on in the album, it's just like, holy shit, it's a mine of gold. Then, once you have gotten familiar with Kendrick, if you want to, let me take you on a trip into the land of Kanye West.
Okay.
Because
I've heard some of this shit.
Like, I'm not even talking about like, Jesus. I am a creative. From this like, no, right like now. I am. Whenever I can talk about it freely, like I am a creative, and some of the reasons why I have walked into so much of the creativity that I've been in is because of that man. And like, talk to Leah. She like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. She was like that defined like my high school years, like that. And his short film, fuck, dude, his short film is so beautiful for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's so amazing. Shit, but. Yeah, like, Kendrick has got a lot of good shit. I actually wrote I was having a debate with a friend of mine, because he's like, it's shit, and, like, all this stuff, like, he degrades women and all this stuff. I was like, have you ever listened to any of his music? Because that's not what he does. If he is, because you have to tell me what song you're listening to, because there's characters that are referring to somebody in a certain extent. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? And it's also rap.
Yeah.
Everyone's a bitch. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Everyone's a bitch. I'm not defending it, but I'm saying like that is the genre.
Well, it's like
rap and hip hop.
It's like you can't like go to a fast food place and get angry because it's cheap food, cheap greasy food that makes your stomach hurt. It's like you went to a fucking McDonald's.
No, it's literally, this is the best. It's, you can't walk up to a group of black people and say, "Stop saying nigga." That's the same thing. Fuck you, bitch. That's the genre. That's the circle. That's what it is. Like, deal with it, change it in a way, but like, fuck you. Like, calm down. Oh, just don't be higher than mighty, or whatever the shit that is. But no, like, it's Kendrick's got a lot of good stuff. I've edited some stuff together, like Keisha's whole little story. It's 3 or 4 songs. I've actually put them together, and then I even took some of his other stuff, because one of the phrases on what's that last one? One of his phrases on Damn, he always says, "Ain't nobody praying for me," like at the beginning of a song. So
shit,
and it's really fucking dope, because then he goes, "Ain't nobody praying for me," and then I take one of his other songs and like mix it in to get it's dope. And actually, I think that's one of the reasons Leah loves me, is because like whenever we first started dating, I was like, "Yeah, I miss her on music and stuff like that," and I showed that to her, and she literally just started crying.
Aww.
Because she was like, "That literally is me," and I was like, "What? That's cool." But no, like, he has got wonderful music. It's dope. It's fucking dope. And that's all. I don't know. Like, that's all I have to say. Because like, at this point, I just gotta show you. Like, it's really good.
Well, I look forward to it, because, like I said, just like from a filmmaker standpoint, just watching the music videos, and the whole thing is like, I used to kind of do a thing in general with like music video kind of stuff, where it's like, I watch it and I kind of turn off the fact that's like the music's a part of it. Like, it's just kind of like the score to it.
Well, that's
which it is, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, but with those, I was paying very close attention to what was being said and how it reflected the images.
Well, that's the problem.
He's a fucking storyteller.
He is, and that's the problem I have with I don't watch music videos now, is because a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with the actual music. And like, one of the things I want to talk to you. I have 3 things I have to run by you. But the way I hear music, I was listening to music on the way over here. I was listening to Good Fires, and I'll talk about that off the podcast. But there's another song that I was listening to from, I don't know who it was. They're this British band, came out years ago, but I just want to put visuals to it. But it's not just put visuals to it. It's like, there has to be a story, because the emotions that I feel from the music need to match that, not to where it's like shitty and like, oh, here's just some shit to look at while you listen to this music. Like, I want you to be engaged with it, because it is amplifying what the music is doing. That's what a music video needs to do.
You don't want it to be one of those like anime ship music videos.
Yeah. Where it's just like,
I actually have I've dabbled with this a little bit. Back in high school, first of all, from middle school through high school till now. Not as much now, but I found my CDs recently and I'm fucking losing my shit.
Yeah.
Metallica's my shit. And particularly, there's this band called, I think it's Apocalypta, and it's basically an all cello metal band. But they've done like multiple covers of some of Metallica's most famous songs. They did one of my favorite Metallica songs being Nothing Else Matters. There's so much more emotion to it with the cellos, because it's like there's no lyrics, it's just the rawness of it. And I cut it to visuals from The Patriot, like the Mel Gibson movie. Yeah. And I did kind of a story. I kind of basically summed up the movie with that. And
nice.
I mean, you probably watch it now. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but like the heart behind it, and I feel like I got the emotions there, and it's like I was telling a story with that music, and it's really cool when people do that. And I want to see more of that instead of just like, okay, look, cool, flashy visuals, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Have you heard Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay.
A bit, so I haven't heard that.
Have you heard Burr's one? Love doesn't discriminate. Everything's taken. I'll show you something in a little bit. But yeah, But do you like Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
So they take Zuko and they take that song because it's about Burr. I almost called him Bill Burr. It's about Burr.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Like it's about Burr feeling not enough, but like also like what was his name? He's just trying to consistently do stuff because he has Hamilton that's like they're friends and they're great friends and like they're kind of like he sees how much Hamilton's getting done with his life and stuff like that and he feels like not like he can't do anything and so it's like that frustration. But they take that song and they do a VMA with Zuko because of him and Aang and it's fucking phenomenal. It's so good.
When it's done well, it's awesome, but when it's not done well, it's just like, cringe. Especially when they have that shit where it's like they clearly put some sort of like filter over where it's just like it zooms in and the camera spins. It's like, fuck you.
Stop. That's not creative.
So, speaking of creative.
Yes.
This is actually a huge segue. But, or huge, just, I don't know, whatever.
Jump. Twist, flip, backflip.
What's a twist? So, I did a Fathom Events thing last Wednesday. And I saw Lawrence of Arabia in the theater.
Okay.
It was over in... Oh, fuck, I can't remember exactly. It was at, like, this, like, old AMC. I can't remember the name of it, but... I saw Lawrence of Arabia for the first time when I was in film school. It's a 4-hour movie, but it's a masterpiece. Like, that's when they made legit epics.
Yeah, epics, yeah.
And there's an intermission in the fucking movie. And so I go, and I'm really excited, and it's just like... Because I had an opportunity to see it when I was in college, because it was like this 50th anniversary of the movie, but I had class, and I used all my sick days. Fuck. And so I missed it, and I was just like, well, fuck. And then it pops up again. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go do it. So... Yeah, I think the movie started at 1 or 2. No, it started at 1 because, it's a long-ass fucking movie. But there weren't many people there. It was basically me and 2 other guys. But the funny thing is the 2 other guys there were probably in their, like, 60s or 70s.
Oh, wow.
And, like, I was talking to one guy. He was I think he was Australian. He's just like, aren't you a little old for this one? And I said, well, I watched the shit out of it in film school and blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, what film school? And we just talked for a minute. And long story short, he's just like, oh, yeah, you're in for a treat. I saw this in the theater when it came out, and it was amazing. I was like, fuck yeah. And so we go, and I sit down. I got popcorn. I got a drink. I was going to get a beer, but I'm like, nah, let's just have this be its thing.
Yeah.
And I want to get up and have to piss 5 times.
Yeah.
But the movie starts. This is how old school it is. The movie starts, it's just a black screen, and they play Overture, which is one of the most famous pieces of film music ever.
Yeah.
And it's literally like an overture, like you're watching a live performance, and they have, like, the orchestra has an overture before it ever all begins.
Oh, wow.
The Lawrence of Arabia soundtrack is one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And Indiana Jones, like Star Wars, all that shit was derived from and inspires. Oh, my God. You've heard the theme before, you just don't know it. Hearing that music in a fucking theater.
Yeah.
It gives me goosebumps. It's like it's still the same quality. Like it was recorded in the 60s, but it sounds so fucking good.
Yeah.
And the movie starts. I'm seeing like that fucking screen was like double the size of this wall. It was fucking amazing. But just seeing all of that and just being so, I made the decision, which I typically do with movies, specifically for this one. I turned my phone off for the entire thing.
Nice. That's
so
good.
I'd be completely engaged and present. And I didn't realize how much I get sucked into the story, because the first half is about him basically defying all these odds, and the second half is kind of a downfall.
Oh, wow.
It gets fucked up. Like, people die in some really fucked up ways. He has to kill this one dude at one point. It's messed up.
Nice.
But the intermission came up, and I'm just like, how the fuck did people do this back in the day? Like, and the thing is, I saw Fellowship of the Ring last weekend, and I'm like, that didn't have an intermission. I wish it had an intermission.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy, and I went to the bathroom and came back and just sat back down. It was cool because it really reminded me how important it is to be present for things. And that was something where it's not like I'm gonna watch this again on Blu-ray. I mean, I've got it on the fucking shelf, but it's not the same effect. It was nice. Yeah. And I forgot about my phone. I forgot about, like, the internet. I forgot about social media. I forgot all about all that shit for 4 hours. It was peaceful. Nice. And I left the theater. I was worn out. It was really, like, my mom used to talk about how, like, when they would go to the movies when they were kids, It was like a formal event. You dressed up. It was like going to see a play almost.
Yeah.
And it was just timely or timeless, and it was just really cool to go back to that and see what that was like, even though I'm not in a fucking suit. I wouldn't sit through a 4-hour movie in a fucking suit. This heat, fuck that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I'd like to invite you to this one.
I was gonna say
they're doing Shawshank Redemption at the end of the month, and they're doing Alien in September, or I mean in October. Yes. You told me you watched the first one.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely do Alien. Let me know the dates for Shawshank, because I've never seen Shawshank. Yeah.
That's like my all-time favorite
movie. I love Morgan Freeman. I just have never seen Shawshank.
There's going to be a time before the Shawshank Redemption and after the Shawshank Redemption. People are saying that about Joker.
Really? Mm-hmm. Nice.
I'm like, I hope that's not good. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That's awesome.
Before we go, a couple of things. We're now on YouTube.
Whoop, whoop.
Common Sense Podcast. Just search us and you'll see the one that looks like the logo you see for this podcast.
Yes, sir.
We're also on Coffee. I think we're at Common Sense Podcast. Forgive me, I will literally just set it up a few days ago. But we'll have a link there. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and like beg for money and stuff.
Give us some fucking money so we can buy another microphone so we can have better sound.
But you know, it just helps us out a little bit. We're talking about expanding and having some like advertising stuff going on Facebook and stuff, just to get us out there a little bit more. And then we would really be helpful if we had a second microphone. We're doing what we can right now, and I think it sounds good. But if we had a second microphone, that would really sound
better.
It'd be so much better.
Do you want us to be as professional as Joe Rogan? You should probably find us.
Exactly, and it's just something where I'm not setting up a Patreon because we're not there yet, and I don't know if I really want to do that.
Yeah.
But with Coffee, it's like you can give as much as you want, and basically it's like it starts out with $3. That's it. Yeah. You know, it's about buying someone a coffee.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. You know, if you don't want to do that, just share us. That would be great.
Like us on all of the things.
Yes, Give
us a rate on Apple, because I know that definitely helps.
Yes, we're at Podcast Sense on Twitter. I'll be posting more on there sometime with this and everything.
Be careful with Twitter, my friend.
Huh?
Be careful with Twitter, my friend. Oh, just the crazy people.
Well, duh. But and then we're at commonsense_podcast on Instagram. And yeah, we've got a lot of really cool, neat stuff coming in the future. Yeah. I actually wanted to add, before we completely close out. So, yeah, we mentioned earlier at the beginning that y'all almost didn't get a podcast this week. So, what we've done to improvise is basically I have the cable from my photo scanner going to my old blue Snowball microphone.
Snowball!
Which works, as you can see.
Yes. And you can hear.
Yes. But, you know, we had to make do. And it's just one of those things where the bright side of if we had a second microphone was, like a second of the same microphone, is not only could we both get mic'd up, but it's like, you know.
It would be clear
we've got a
audio.
backup.
Yeah.
A really good backup. Because this is good. This works, but, you know. Anyway, that's enough of me.
Why not do better when you can?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Modern problems require modern
solutions. You can find me, Jeremiah. Do you want to go?
No, you go.
Okay. You can find me, Jeremiah, on Instagram at ParkourGeek, PARKOURG33K. If you need to hear it again, rewind it. You can find me on YouTube at A Token's Take, ATOKE and apostrophe STAKE. I have some more stuff releasing at the beginning of October. I keep saying the end of September, but just to make sure I'm not a liar and a cheat, you don't go to
and a
scoundrel. Don't go until like October 1st. You can listen to my podcast, Perspectives, on, I almost said Hulu. You can't watch me on Hulu yet. You can listen to my podcast, Perspectives, on shit. You know, just follow my parkour stuff. I'm getting tired. You can listen to my podcast, Perspectives, with Jeremiah Stevenson on Google Play, iTunes, and what's the other one?
You're on Spotify.
And Spotify. Yeah. And you should listen to the next episode that I'll probably have 3 released by this time. But your one and only host from Common Sense, Matt Colvin, Jesus Christ, Matt Colvin is going to be on the show. We're actually literally about to record that right now.
Yeah, we're going to get you some caffeine first.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I mean, I'm really excited about this because part of the reason I was inspired to do this podcast is because you did yours, and I thought it was really cool. What is your theme song?
Oh, my theme song is...
Did you make it?
No, I did not. I found it off of SoundCloud, and I wanted to give the dude credit, but I never heard back from him, so I just took it, because it's the internet, you know, it's Wild West. It is... Dream a while. They're from Fallout.
It makes me it makes me think of the ink spots.
It is the ink spots. That's it.
That's it.
It's the ink spots. Someone remixed
it.
Yeah, they remixed the ink spot song.
I love it.
It's so great.
I want more remixes like that because I love the ink spot stuff. Like I love that old Fallout style
so
music.
Good. I used to listen to them all the time.
With it, it's just like it brings it to life again. And I love the original version.
I love the original versions of their music, but even just like you can add some like bass to a little bit of it, and then you add that old record scratch on top of it, or like the record playing.
Yeah.
Like for a lot of lo-fi hip hop, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's beautiful music.
Well, last question, and we'll end it.
Yeah.
But I've actually started listening to lo-fi hip hop, and then like there's a
I have a playlist for you.
What is it? There's those 24-hour stations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot usually like anime pictures.
Yeah.
But it's like I listen to that when I draw. And it's really nice to like. Because I can't listen to lyrical stuff.
You can't. I definitely cannot.
I've done jazz too. I saw something. Nice. Someone took like all the themes from the Studio Ghibli movies and they did like saxophone versions.
Nice.
Blue would love it.
Yeah.
But it's like, it helps me like focus in and hone in on drawing like that right there. Mm-hmm. I when I was doing the color work, because it's like you have to just turn your brain off when you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm drawing, I'm thinking very mechanically, but when I'm just coloring, I just have to turn my brain off, and that's a good way to kind of. It keeps you going without putting you to sleep.
Yes, absolutely. Whenever I moved back into my dad's house, I'm pretty sure I was depressed at the time. But you know what? I had lo-fi hip-hop.
It keeps you going.
Yeah. And I had beers, lo-fi hip-hop and beer. I was at my dad's house.
Do you listen to it when you are working on
I haven't listened to it much recently. I don't listen to it if I'm editing video.
I can't listen to anything when I edit video.
Yeah, I tried that at one point. I don't know why you would. I was a child. But generally, if I'm playing a video game, if I'm doing something that I don't need to pay all my attention to, I'll have that in the background. Sometimes I'll even listen to it while I'm editing my podcast because I can play that and listen to what they're saying, like whoever my guest is, they're talking. And then I just catch it and edit it. So
I actually did that when I cut our episode last week. It was I don't think it was lo-fi hip hop. I was listening to like just like something in the background, just something non-lyrical.
Yeah,
and it's just really nice because it's like it lets you get in the zone. You're kind of working. To me, it's like a workout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you kind of have something going in the background to keep the momentum and energy going, but you're still doing it, and it becomes easier because it's like second nature.
Yeah, absolutely. It's lo-fi hip hop, some good shit. Definitely some good shit.
This has been Common Sense.
Have a week. The following audio presentation is property of Lake House Creative, LLC. Any reference to copyrighted works is for review and commentary purposes only.
This is our post-credits thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to start doing post-credits things. It just sounds fun to me.
Yeah. Marvel's not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Next episode, I'm working it out right now, but my buddy Eric Peterson will be hopefully joining us. We're working on a schedule, but he's a local artist here in Atlanta, and honest to God, one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Nice.
He's the one who I got hardcore into the original Star Trek series with.
Nice.
But yeah, with Eric, we're probably going to open next week with him doing some sort of Shatner impression. He does voices, he does impressions. He's one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever met. And that Spock pose you just have, I got...
Wait. Close your eyes.
Oh, God. It looks like he's got a beer gut.
I'm trying to find a dick for him.
I don't
take some paper and, roll it up.
I can give you balls. He came with triples.
Balls work. Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Have a
week.
Triple. Have a week!